Greetings, this is the Instrument Sidekick video for the percussion. Page 3, beginning snare. Page 3, beginning snare for percussion. A lot of important pictures for you to use and review with, okay? This page, I cannot tell you how important this is. Usually by the end of the year, as advanced as I try and get my percussionists, I still end up having to spend a lot of lesson time reteaching this page, sometimes taking half or the entire lessons reteaching everything I teach in this page. So I cannot tell you enough how important this stuff is for beginning snare and keeping up this particular skill. No matter what else we learn, you need to remember this stuff all throughout the year. It's very, very, very important. Okay, first thing we talk about here is a good matched grip. Okay, so this describes how these two pictures show you how to get to that matched grip. And here's a nice picture of what the matched grip should look like. There's two kinds of grips. There's a matched grip and a traditional grip. I'll talk about the traditional grip in a moment. Matched grip is the grip you're going to use most of the time. The kind of snares that we have and the situation that they are sitting in and the way you're going to have your drum pad, matched grip makes the most sense, okay? So, first, in each of our hands, okay, you're going to have, you have your left hand and your right hand, okay? Both these hands have to hold the sticks in exactly the same way in exactly the same places. So you're hitting the drum with exactly the same amount of force in exactly the same angles, okay? Your right hand and left hand need to be mirror images of each other, so they're always hitting the drum equally. Now, on each stick, okay, you have your palm here, all right? The what we call the butt of the stick, and this is the end that's going to hit the drum, okay? The butt of the stick is going to be down here next to this part of your palm. So there's this part, the bottom part of your palm that's right next to the thumb, and then the farther part, it's going to be right down there, sticking out just a little bit. Not way down there, okay? But not way up here either. Sticking out just a little bit, okay? It comes up and to approximately up here somewhere, up here near your first finger, all right, like so. Your thumb and your first finger are going to pinch it on opposite sides, okay? So the part of your first finger that's pinching it won't be the tip, all right, but it won't be way back here either, okay? It's going to be, you see you have 2, 3 areas that bend on the finger, okay? The first spot here, the first joint in the finger is going to be opposite your thumb, and they need to be opposite each other, making it so the stick, when I put my palm down, if my fingers aren't wrapped around yet, they're going to, but when they aren't wrapped around yet, this should be able to move up and down, the butt of the stick coming to here, all right? And this should be able to go back and forth. Okay. What this is doing is creating what we call a pivot point. This is the pivot point. So where the stick, every bit of the stick is moving. Whatever this moves, this other side's going to move the opposite way, equal and opposite reaction. Okay. It's going to move the opposite way. But this point here that isn't moving, it's turning on that point, okay? What would be like the axle on the wheels of your car or something like that, okay? Or a seesaw, if you've ever played on a seesaw where one person sits on one side, one person sits on the other. The central point is called a pivot point. This is extremely important to have a good grip on. You are not to let go of that pivot point at any point, no matter what you're trying to do, bouncing the sticks or not bouncing the sticks. This pivot point must stay at all times, okay? And your other fingers do not stick out, okay? They wrap around. They wrap around like so. So the butt of the stick here, top of the stick up here. The top of the stick is not going to stay against the palm, though. This does not stay against the palm. Once I have this here and it comes up in this direction, as you see, when I'm pinching here and I'm around, okay, it is not against that part of my the palm. My palm is curved, okay? It's curved. So from here, and then the stick's going to go to there. Like so. All right? Both your sticks need to have the pivot point in exactly the same place at exactly the same distance opposite each other. Okay? All right. So, they're like so, as you see in the picture. All right? And then when you're standing and you're at your drum, okay, your sticks, you're going to be palms down. So you find that they're even. You make sure that they're even on both sides. You turn so your palm is down. All right? So you're like so. Okay? And your arms are going to be somewhat bent at the elbow. All right? Comfortably down, though. Your body is, your feet are flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, knees not locked. All right? Palms down evenly, not one closer to your body than the other. That would not be good. Okay? And not one higher than the other. Like that or like that. They're both even on both sides of my body, but not against my body. Relaxed, slightly bent, and then when you hit the drum, you simply move your wrist up and down to hit the drum. Okay? Now, that's matched grip. Now, I like to also teach traditional grip because a lot of traditional percussionists really like that grip. And in certain situations, it might be useful if the drum is to the side and instead of being flat is more curved. So towards this way. All right. So, yeah, so it'd be sideways right there. All right. Then traditional grip is very, very useful. So traditional grip, the right hand stays exactly the same. The right hand is the same as matched grip. The left hand, on the other hand, is different. Okay, we use our Spock symbol. All right, and this is your left hand. So your left hand's that side, okay? I'm facing you, so my left hand, which if I was facing the same direction is over here. When I turn towards you, it's the opposite side. So that's your left hand over there, okay? You make like a Spock symbol, all right? And you face the palm towards you. Palm towards you. All right? You stick. All right? So the area where your pivot point is in your right hand now is going to be in the same spot, but in this cushion between your thumb and first finger right there. That's where your pivot point is right there. Okay? Now these two fingers, your ring finger and your pinky finger, come up and around and help keep it from going side to side. So it's only going up and down. All right? So you have this look. All right? Now, that's more for a drum being sideways. So for you to hit your drum, you're going to be doing some, you're going to have to bend your body a little weird for that to work, okay? So that's traditional grip, and I'm going to make you do traditional grip in classes once in a while, just so you're used to it and it's not foreign to you, okay? But I'm going to go back to match grip, palms down. All right? That is more what we're going to use. Notice that you only bend at the wrist. Do not bend up here. Definitely not up here. Okay? So a stick height should just be a little above the drum. I see a lot of people bringing their sticks way up. Okay? No. Should be like light taps on the drum. Never losing this grip. Never losing your pivot point. Always holding there. Okay? So this is too high. Okay? And definitely, if you're coming up and hitting the drum as hard as you can, you're going to break my drum. Don't do that. This stuff is expensive. All right, now, the other thing that I notice a lot of people do is that they will rest the stick instead of hitting it and letting it bounce back up like this. They'll hit it and keep it down. So they'll go. okay? Do not, when you hit it, don't let it sit and rest on the drum. Let it pull away. So the pull away from the drum is equally as important as hitting the drum in the first place. This is no good. Okay? Don't keep it down. We want it to ring. Okay? Now, at some point, once again, when we have school, and if we don't get to meet during school this year, the next year, you'll find out why snare drums are called snare drum. We'll talk about how you turn the snare drums on and off, where the snare is, and how you take good care of a snare drum. The book doesn't really talk a lot about that because it's kind of something you really need to be in person for. So at some point, we'll show you this, or maybe if there's time in a Zoom class, bring a snare drum home so I can at least point at all the stuff, okay? And that is very, very important. So all this was about grip, matched grip or traditional grip. Usually you do matched grip, and it's very, very important you get used to that. I end up teaching that all year long, and even some of my best students, I sometimes have to go back and spend a whole lesson talking about how to hold the sticks properly. So very, very, very important, all right? So practice keeping a beat in matched grip. So a steady pulse, just hitting back and forth, right, left, right, left, right, left, making sure you bounce away from the drum. Practice that all you can, all day long. Drive everybody in your house nuts by just keeping a beat in that snare drum a lot, okay? Have fun with it. Enjoy hitting that drum, and really watch for your grip while you are doing it to make sure that you keep that pivot point, palms down, everything's nice and relaxed, and that you're only bending at the wrist and bouncing away. Good luck, and may the force be with you.